Let's talk about freedom. Freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, freedom to live your life how you want, freedom to be yourself, freedom to be authentic, freedom to be you and live life how you think life should be lived. So let's get into it. I'm going to take y'all on a little surf journey here. I'm checking out the surf. It's Sunday in West Oahu. We're about to drive by Makaha Beach Park. I'm gonna go check out Pokai Bay, see if there's surf there. I didn't like how Makaha, that the wave was angling on the reef. But the topic that we're gonna get into is freedom, financial freedom really, and how you can spend your time how you want. So here you see Makaha Beach. You can see a few surfers out there. It doesn't look great. It looks maybe surfable, so I had the idea to check out another spot. But yeah, this is something that I've been good at in my life. I haven't always been the highest income earner, but I've been able to live my life in a way where I've had a lot of freedom, and I feel like it's given me more lifetimes in my life where, yeah, I've got to surf, and I've got to travel, and I got to pursue competitive cards and competitive sports, and I got to move to Hawaii, and I got to work with sheep, and I got to trade and run a business and do all these have all this time in the day to work out and be fit and healthy and hang out with my dog and time to read books. And it's because, and it goes back to just the idea from the 4-hour work week by Tim Ferriss, which I was exposed to in high school. The 4-hour work week, think about that. What would you do with your time, right? What would you do with your time? Well, I've lived different versions of the 4-hour work week. That's a little bit of exaggeration. I like to work, and the first thing I can tell you is that the biggest thing you can do to improve your freedom or quality of your life is do work that you enjoy doing, because you're gonna have to work somewhat no matter what. And if you like that, it's great. I mean, an alternative is if you're able to make a shit ton in a short period of time, it doesn't really matter. That's rare, and we'll come back to that, but for the most part, if you can love what you do, you're set. So if you don't like your job, start applying to something else. Don't just stay there. Don't be stuck, and don't dream that you need some miracle. Yeah, actually take action. People don't take action. So, now, we'll come back to making money, but I think what is really valuable and useful is having a low-cost lifestyle, and that gives a huge amount of freedom. I'm not this, but I like to think about the hippie in a van by the beach and how low-cost his lifestyle is and how much freedom he has, right? So a lot of the things that we associate with status, a car payment, a nice car, mortgage on a home, even kids. I'm not against having kids, but some of the most unhappy people that I've seen are those who have the mortgage and have the car because it takes away their freedom, and now they have to work and they have to give away their life, right? So the first thing we need to do is shift our priority from, and it's not even saying, hey, I don't want status, but shifting away from material status. I guess there's surf here too, potentially. I cannot see it from the road. I'm just gonna drive by, check out Pokai Bay. But yeah, a couple people going out right here. So status, right? There's other forms of status that are more about time and less about money, like physical fitness, freedom, knowledge, how you carry yourself, who you're friends with, and so on. So let me give you some examples. Right now, I'm going to surf. I had to buy a surfboard and a car, but beyond that, there's no cost forever, right? So here in Hawaii, let me give you some examples from my life. I like to go hiking. It's free. I like to go snorkeling, swimming, surfing. It's basically free. I like to work outside. I get paid to do that. I don't believe in spending money on women on dinner dates. I take them on free things that I'm doing anyways. I bought a $1,200 Toyota Corolla that has had no problems. It's been awesome. I have a place by the beach, but it's relatively cheap. I'm renting it. I don't really like to eat out. I like to cook at home. If I'm on a social element, I invite friends over for dinner. So you can see how all these combinations of things, I have a very cheap life, right? I don't like to go to concerts, really, festivals. It's not my style. I don't like nightlife. I'm sober. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke nicotine. I don't even drink coffee. And the point of that isn't to save money, but to say, yo, sobriety is a cheap lifestyle, right? Is it expensive to be a drug user, right? Even coffee adds up. And again, I'm not doing that to save money on coffee, but if you reduce your wants, that is a key to freedom. Reducing your wants, right? If you reduce your wants, it's really good. And also because it's a lot easier to maintain your lifestyle through trauma that may happen, right? A lot of men, if you're doing well and you increase the cost of your lifestyle because you're spending money on drugs, dinners, lots of travel, expensive cars, expensive rent, spending money on women, and so on, and you lose your earning potential. Very depressing because it's a long fall. So I'm a fan of keeping life cheap for as long as possible, which gives you freedom. And it gives you freedom in a couple ways in terms of the earning of money, which we're gonna get into next. So I'm not saying think about how to be a penny pincher, but I really do believe that a lot of the best things in life are free. Going hiking in the mountains is free. Going swimming in the ocean, the lake, the river is free. So many of the best things in life are free, right? So you can go stay in a hotel or you can go on a backpacking camping trip. It's a cheap way to have an adventure of a lifetime, right? So very key to freedom is having a more minimalistic lifestyle, right? I don't even cut my hair. That saves money, right? Being kind of stoic in your lifestyle. How much does a haircut cost? How often do you do it? Now, do that over 10 years, right? What if you took that money and invested it instead? So that's really what I want to focus on here. I'm gonna talk about the other things, but you can live an amazing life for very cheap. And also, it's not going to hurt you with women. It's going to help you. We've talked about it. When you just fork over cash for women, they respect you less. The resource earning potential matters a lot less than it ever has. It matters for kids, yes, but otherwise it matters a lot less because women earn, and we've just had a culture shift. So your health matters more, your time matters more, right? If you're healthy and have a lot of free time, that's what it's all about. And you have a lot of free time, that also allows you to do well with women because you have time for them, and that's really something valuable that you can give them that they want from you. But it's not all about women, it's about quality of life, right? So the last thing, as we pull up to the surf spot here, we're gonna check it out, is how do you make money? Well, it's a lot easier when your overhead is low. Okay, there's a lot of people out there, so I guess we will go out there. It does look pretty decent. Just cruising by. I'll show you guys. Here, let's look together. Far away, cannot really see, but it must be between sets. If there's that many people, there must be a wave. Doesn't look good as the other spots, but The Kaha didn't look very good either, but I just want to go out there for a paddle. So we'll go do that. I'm gonna drive around to the entrance point. Yeah, so, well, one, if you have a low-cost lifestyle, you can actually focus more on the work that you want to do, whatever that is, because it can pay for your life, right? If you have too many wants, you can't take a low-income work because it's not going to pay for your life, right? If you've got the mortgage and the car payment and all this stuff. I'm a fan of making money. I like to make money. I'm a fan of making a lot of money. So I like both. Make a lot of money in a short period of time and reduce your wants. But here's another hack before we get into like making a lot of money. I've always been about get paid to do what you want. You can actually do this. You can make money in any industry, in any niche. So I got really into competitive tournament cards. I made my living there. I made it doing content, videos, streaming. I wanted to do that anyways, right? I pursued basketball. I didn't get that far, but I was able to get paid a little bit in the process through YouTube and doing coaching. I wanted to do farming and got paid for it. I was volunteering before it became a job. And now I'm doing all this hiking anyways. So I started a hiking tour business, a private guided hiking business. And guess what? It's paying. This is the second month operating. It's going to pay for all my bills this month. I'm getting paid like $300 a tour if it's a couple. If it's a family, like $500-600 to take them on a hiking tour that I was going to do. It's crazy. So you can take a look at what you're doing already and what you want to do and monetize that. And that gives you freedom where it's like, I would do this anyways. I don't feel like, I have to go to work. I want to go to, I'm looking forward. I've got a tour tomorrow. I'm taking 2 chicks on a hiking tour and getting paid for it. I'm looking forward. Can't wait for Monday. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. Get outside of the house. Go to a different part of the island. Go on an adventure. I'm stoked. So, yeah. Be creative. Think outside the box on what you do, right? It's like, I like to talk to guys on the phone. So I have a life coaching business. Perfect. Yeah, go and get real in depth, talk about some real shit, okay? Well, I have a fucking business for that, right? So, part of freedom is doing what you want to do and getting paid for it. And then, but the last one is making a high income, which you can do. You need to be clever and creative. I use online business, YouTube, ads, trading, info products. I'm not going to get too into that, but it helps to also on the other side have something that disconnects your time from your money in terms of pay, where you're not getting paid an hourly. It's not, I mean, $500 for a day's work is great, but what if it's $500 for while you're asleep, right? So I've in my life also had these cash cow businesses that I'm not making $1 million, but I'm making $3-4 grand a month, and I'm working a couple hours a day, right? And it is possible to do that. And usually the setup is a lot of work. It's not a couple hours a day to set up. It's like all your free time to set up, and then you can get it to a point where work a couple hours a day, it's paying you. It's possible. It's possible, let me tell you. So think about it. Appreciate you, and do your thing. It's possible to have a lot more freedom than anyone knows, anyone thinks is possible. So yeah, and if you want help, I have resources down below. Go check them out. I'm not a business coach, but I am a men's coach, and I like to help men achieve more freedom in their life and all the wonderful things that happen with it, because you just get to live more lives, right? Anyways, we're here at the surf. We're gonna get in there, see if we catch some waves, and yeah, do a little bit of work later. for my trading business and my YouTube. Okay, appreciate you much. Love. Talk to you soon. Peace.